Have you ever stopped to reflect on what the real key is to making an adult woman fall in love with you? I'm not just talking about appearance, but also about the emotional aspect, which often turns out to be far more important, especially in the later stages of life. The truth is, it probably isn't what you think. In this video, I'm going to show you two positions that not only ignite passion, but also strengthen that essential emotional connection in a relationship, because, over time, what truly matters is not just physical attraction, but how the emotional bond is nurtured and deepened. Dear friends of Buddhist philosophy, I invite you to like the video and leave your comment below. I would love to hear your perspective, and I invite you to stay with us to watch the full video and learn the story in depth. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive notifications for free, and if you find this useful, feel free to share it with your friends and loved ones so they can benefit from it as well. We really appreciate it. Let me share something personal I experienced a while ago. My wife and I reached a point where routine began to make itself evident in our intimate life. Has this ever happened to you? You know what I mean, when what was once fresh and full of surprises becomes something expected and almost repetitive, that feeling that can, without you realizing it, make you feel emotionally distant, even though everything seems fine physically. One night, without saying a word, we decided to change our perspective. Instead of going straight to physical contact, as we used to, we chose something different. We took some time to look into each other's eyes more deeply, allowed our touches to be slower and more intentional, and started talking, but not about the usual things, but about us, what we desire, what we fear, and our aspirations. At that moment, we understood how crucial that emotional reconnection was, far beyond the physical. It was as if that brief pause before intimacy gave us the opportunity to rediscover each other, reigniting the spark we thought we had lost. This is what I want to share with you today, how a change in perspective can transform your relationship, especially if you're looking for something more than a superficial physical connection. These moments of emotional reconnection, combined with the right positions, have the power to revive a relationship in a way you wouldn't have anticipated. It was as if, suddenly, a spark that hadn't shone so brightly in a long time was awakened, one that not only rekindled physical desire but also deepened the emotional connection. And that's what truly makes the difference. Before we continue, don't forget to like the video if you're enjoying it, and subscribe to the channel for the best tips on how to attract abundance and prosperity into your life. Let's continue. At that moment, everything that followed, both physically and emotionally, became much more intense, more genuine, almost as if we were discovering a level of closeness we had lost sight of. Over time and through lived experiences, I have come to a key conclusion: for us adult women, it's not just about the gestures or techniques we made perfect, but something much deeper. What truly matters is how you manage to be present in that intimate moment, how you manage to be fully aware, emotionally available, and authentically there. Let me clarify something: what I'm sharing with you today isn't just a personal opinion or perspective. It is actually backed by consistent scientific evidence. Various studies conducted by Harvard University have shown that an authentic and deep emotional connection, both before and during sexual activity, significantly increases pleasure for both participants. It's not just about the physical reaction of the body, but how both people experience each other emotionally in that exact moment. It's that mutual feeling of connection on a deeper level that makes the experience truly unique. This is exactly what I want you to explore today. If you've ever wondered how to elevate the quality of your intimate life and make that mature woman not only feel physically attracted to you but also deeply emotionally connected, you're in the right place to discover how. It's not just about two positions, although I can guarantee they are highly effective, but about understanding the emotional context in which you apply them. The combination of these positions with the way you express yourself emotionally can have a stunning effect on how she feels, how she perceives the connection you share, and how intimacy between you deepens. Join me until the end of this video, because I'm not only going to share 2 positions that can revolutionize your intimate life, but I'll also offer you practical recommendations that you can apply immediately. These suggestions are not mere shortcuts, they are backed by scientific research and real-life experiences. And the best part is that they not only focus on the physical aspect, but are also designed for her to experience a greater emotional connection, feel more comfortable and protected by your side, and of course, feel completely captivated by you in every way. If you are willing to take your relationship to the next level and explore a new dimension of intimacy that goes beyond the physical, I invite you to stay and discover how to transform your intimate life in ways you never imagined. My name is Celia, and if this is your first time here, I warmly welcome you to this space. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my future content. In this space, we address matters that go beyond the surface, focusing on the emotions and deeper bonds we can develop in our relationships. So, without further ado, let's dive into today's main topic. First, I want to address the most important topic, emotional connection as the foundation for keeping passion alive. This is a crucial aspect, especially in the later stages of life. Although it often goes unnoticed, I assure you that the secret to maintaining passion over time lies in constantly nurturing that emotional connection, day after day. Did you know that sexual interest in women over 50 is closely linked to their emotional feelings toward their partner? It's not just about physical aspects. Various studies support this perspective, and one particularly notable study comes from the University of Chicago. According to a survey conducted with women in this age group, 80% said they valued emotional connection more than the physical act itself. And when you think about it, it all makes perfect sense. At this stage in life, the body is no longer the sole focus in intimacy. Instead, it becomes an additional element within a much broader picture, where the soul and emotions become the true protagonists. I'm going to share a piece of advice that is often overlooked but has the power to completely transform the way you engage in an intimate context. Before any physical encounter, take a moment to be genuinely present with her. You might be wondering, what does being truly present mean? It's not just about being there physically, it's about establishing a deeper connection. Sometimes, it's those small gestures that lay the foundation most effectively, a sincere and barrier-free conversation, gentle caresses that communicate much more than simple desire, glances that speak volumes without saying a word. All of this is part of a bonding process that transcends what happens on a physical level. It's like planting in fertile soil, every gesture, every word, and every look is a seed that, if cared for and nurtured with patience, can spark that connection she will undoubtedly pick up on. Even if she doesn't express it explicitly, believe me, she will feel it and appreciate it more than you think. It's not just about what happens in bed, but about how both of you arrive at that moment, how you feel before moving on to the next step. It's a way of preparing intimacy on an emotional level, ensuring that everything that follows will be far more intense and meaningful. I'd like to tell you about a personal experience so you can better understand what I'm trying to convey. I still remember one night when, together with my partner, we decided to break away from the daily routine. Instead of rushing into the physical, we chose to take a moment to just be together, without hurry or expectations. We began with a conversation that made us laugh, something so simple yet so impactful. Then, we continued with gentle caresses, but with no rush. We weren't in a hurry to get anywhere, we just enjoyed the moment of being there for each other. It felt as if time had stopped, and we could both feel a much deeper connection than usual. We realized that this prior closeness, that moment to emotionally reconnect, made everything that followed so much more intense and meaningful. Sometimes, the most enjoyable part is not reaching the final goal, but the journey itself, that prelude full of play, endless caresses, whispers that create an atmosphere of shared complicity and longing. It's those details that really make the difference. It's in those moments, when both feel appreciated, respected, and above all, deeply desired, where the genuine connection truly arises. That's what I want you to remember today, the importance of being present, of establishing an emotional connection, because in the end, that's what sustains passion in the long run. For a woman, this aspect is essential. Over time and with accumulated experiences, the intensity of physical contact is no longer the most important thing. What truly makes the difference is the quality of the emotional connection created in those moments of closeness. This is where small actions, those gestures that seem simple but carry great meaning, ignite the most powerful flames. I'm going to share a piece of advice that may seem simple, but it has the power to completely transform the intimate relationship you share. Let her know that you are attracted to her, not just for her physical appearance, but for her whole being. What do I mean by this? It's not just about showing physical desire or seeking physical closeness, it's much more. It's about communicating, genuinely and deeply, that you are there with your whole being, both in mind and emotion. It's that feeling that, in that moment, nothing else matters. When a woman feels that you are truly there for her, that all your attention is focused on her and that you value her for who she is, not just her appearance, something transforms profoundly. The atmosphere changes, and the connection becomes much deeper. This will not only reignite passion in that particular moment, but it will have a much more lasting impact. By making her feel respected, loved, and emotionally valued, you are strengthening something that will endure, the relationship between the two of you. Believe me, that kind of bond is what keeps the spark alive over the years. It's not about lighting temporary fires, but about fostering a relationship where both feel truly united in every sense. It's interesting, because when we look back on our lives, what we hold on to most are the little details, not necessarily grand gestures or moments of greatest physical emotion. What stays with us in our memories and feelings are those personal moments when we truly experienced a connection, those instances when, above all, we both felt truly united in body, mind, and spirit. Now, let's address the second point. Here, I want to talk to you about something really powerful, the power of the spooning position. You might think that this well-known posture is something simple, a common position that everyone recognizes and that doesn't have much special about it, but I assure you that its true power goes much deeper than just physical contact. For an adult woman, feeling safe, close, and emotionally connected is essential, and spooning is one of those positions that provides exactly that, but in a deeply intimate and comforting way. Reflect on this. When you adopt this posture, you're not just providing physical contact, you're also offering a sense of closeness, of being by her side, in a way that strengthens the emotional connection. Your body transforms into a refuge, a space where she can experience security, love, and care. At this stage of life, experiences are valued not just for the external impact they bring but for the internal effect they generate. This is where spooning takes on a much deeper meaning. For many women, spooning transcends being just a physical gesture, it becomes a way of maintaining an ongoing emotional connection, where the body and feelings mix in a genuine and fluid way. More than just a simple posture, it is a way of showing affection, attention, and intimacy that becomes more significant as the relationship progresses. It's not just about physical pleasure but also about fostering an environment where both feel emotionally united and in trust. By being in that position, sharing not only physical contact but also the warmth of an emotional connection, she can feel completely relaxed. It's as if both could put aside the world's worries for a moment and just enjoy each other's company, without needing to talk, simply feeling each other's presence. And for a woman at a later stage in life, that can be more satisfying than anything else. Before we continue, remember to like the video if you're enjoying it, and subscribe to the channel for the best tips on how to attract abundance and prosperity into your life. Let's move on. The next time you're with her, don't underestimate the impact of something as simple as spooning. It's not just a comfortable sleeping position, it's a way of showing, without words, how much you appreciate her and how important she is to you. In the end, it's that blend of emotional closeness and physical satisfaction that truly strengthens and nurtures a relationship over time. And I assure you, those small moments of connection are the ones that last the longest and truly matter. Let me tell you more deeply why the spooning position has such a unique and powerful meaning. When a woman positions herself in this way, surrounded by your arms, the sense of safety and shelter she feels is unparalleled. Being curled up in your arms isn't just a simple physical gesture, it's an expression of care and emotional support that, for many women, is essential in a close relationship. This kind of security doesn't extinguish passion, as you might imagine. In fact, the opposite happens. The flame burns brighter when a woman feels secure. Not only does she manage to relax emotionally, but she also opens up more deeply and genuinely, both emotionally and physically. It is in this environment where the real magic happens. I want to share something with you that surprised me when I read it. An analysis published in the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy showed that couples who adopt intimate positions involving constant physical contact, like spooning, often report significantly higher levels of emotional connection in their relationship. And if you think about it for a moment, it really makes sense. The spooning position isn't just a way to be physically close to your partner. It goes beyond that, it's a way to create a deep emotional bond, a connection that's often overlooked. In this posture, where the bodies align perfectly and are in harmony, a space of mutual vulnerability is created, a genuine intimacy. It's not just about the shared body warmth, but also about the emotions and thoughts that, in other situations, might remain hidden. The spooning position conveys a sense of total unity, of giving and receiving without barriers. While it might seem like a simple posture, it holds a deep meaning when the goal is to foster a strong and meaningful relationship. Don't make the mistake of thinking that spooning is just a passive gesture or an immobile position. You can turn that moment into something truly unique with small details that will truly influence how that closeness is lived and experienced. Every action, no matter how simple, has the power to completely transform the experience. A clear example of this is taking that moment to whisper something in her ear. It doesn't need to be something complicated or well thought out. Sometimes, the simplest expressions have the most profound impact. You can tell her how radiant she looks in that moment, how lucky you feel to have her near, or even how good it makes you feel to be by her side. Those words, spoken in such a close moment, carry incredible strength. It's not just about what you say, but about transmitting your presence and admiration in that special moment. Those words whispered softly while you're holding each other can significantly and lastingly influence how she feels emotionally connected to you. It's those small gestures, those expressions of affection and appreciation, that turn an ordinary hug into a moment of deep emotional connection. It's essential to remember that the spooning position is not just about physical contact, but also represents something deeper: intimacy, trust, and a genuine desire to be there for one another. This position allows for a connection that goes beyond the physical, reaching into the emotional and mental realms as well. In that close space, where there are no barriers between you, every shared breath, every gentle touch, every whisper, has the power to make a profound impact. The spooning position offers a refuge where both can show their vulnerability while feeling protected and cared for. Another important aspect to consider is the power of physical contact in this position. By holding her from behind, you have the opportunity to use your hands to explore her body gently and without haste. This doesn't have to be a sexual act, it can be a way to express affection and strengthen the bond. Touching her hair, caressing her back, or even interlacing your fingers with hers can strengthen the sense of closeness and affection. It's these simple and thoughtful gestures that will make her feel that you are present, not just physically, but with your heart as well. So, the next time you find yourself in this situation, don't just see it as a hug or a comfortable position to rest. Use that moment to strengthen the bond between you both. Turn it into something unique, where you can both experience not only the closeness of your bodies but also the warmth of your feelings. Don't let those small gestures that make a big difference slip by, the murmur of a sweet word, the gentle and thoughtful touch, the feeling of truly being there for each other. The spooning position, with all that it implies in terms of intimacy and care, is much more than a simple physical position. It's an opportunity to reinforce the bond, to show her that she is valued and loved in all aspects. It's an invitation to be fully available for each other, both physically and emotionally, and this is where its true charm lies. When it comes to nurturing a deep and emotionally fulfilling relationship, it's these moments that truly matter and create lasting memories. While you are in this position, you have the chance to explore and connect with some of the most sensitive areas of her body. There's no need to rush or seek quick movements. In fact, a slow and thoughtful rhythm can be much more impactful and meaningful. Soft caresses along her neck, the delicate path of your hands along the curve of her hips, or even a subtle and strategic kiss just behind her ear can intensify the experience in surprising ways. This position, known as spooning, allows you to play with expectation, gradually extending the pleasure, preparing the ground so that when the time comes to move forward, the culmination will be much more intense and satisfying. What truly stands out in this position is how you can use that close, intimate contact to strengthen the bond between you both. It's not just a physical connection, but an occasion to align emotionally, creating a sense of calm and security that, in a mature relationship, can become the driving force towards something much deeper and transformative. As you know, what is built with patience, step by step, often leaves the most lasting and meaningful mark. Now, let's talk about the third position, the reverse cowgirl, which gives your partner more control. This position, besides being visually appealing, holds a deeper meaning, especially for a woman who is in a more mature stage of her life. The reverse cowgirl allows her to take the reins, and that, my friend, can completely transform the interaction between the two of you. Think about it for a moment. At this stage in life, a woman has gone through a process of self-discovery, connecting better with her body and feeling confident about what truly attracts and excites her. The reverse cowgirl offers her just that independence, the ability to choose the rhythm, angle, and intensity of the intimate experience. For an older woman who may have spent much of her life under the pressure of meeting others' expectations, having complete control in this realm can be not only a liberating experience but also incredibly rewarding, both emotionally and physically. Let me share a story that a friend of mine once told me, which I believe perfectly exemplifies the transformative power of being in this position. She confided in me that when she first tried it with her partner, it was a completely different experience than any she had had before. It wasn't just the sensation of being able to control every move according to what felt best. While that alone was refreshing and exciting, what truly surprised her was the confidence that emerged within her when she took control of the situation. It was then that something inside her shifted, and she realized the pleasure she was feeling went beyond the physical. It was a sense of mastery, of experiencing desire and having complete control over her body and enjoyment, something that not only deeply affected her but also left a lasting impression on her partner. This is the key moment when your participation becomes essential. Even though in this position she has total control over the movements and rhythm, your role is still crucial. It's not about staying passive while she leads. It's about offering support, making her feel that she has the freedom to discover what she likes and what makes her feel good. In fact, research conducted by the prominent sexologist Tracy Cox has shown that when a woman feels she has control over her own pleasure, satisfaction and enjoyment levels increase significantly. So, instead of limiting yourself to being a mere observer, you can actively engage with words, caresses, glances, and gestures that strengthen her confidence, conveying that she's in a safe space where she can fully immerse herself in the experience. We also can't overlook the visual effect this position has. From your angle, you have an extremely attractive view of her figure, adding a very powerful physical dimension. However, what's most fascinating is that it's not just about what you perceive visually, but what that image evokes in you emotionally and mentally. Watching a woman who exudes confidence, who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to express it, can be incredibly stimulating in many ways. That image serves as a powerful reminder of the confidence that experiences like this can awaken, especially in a stage of life where it's often mistakenly believed that passion and exploration are a thing of the past. You should not underestimate the emotional power this situation can generate for both of you. For her, it's a moment of empowerment, a time to claim her right to enjoy and explore her pleasure without barriers or restrictions. And for you, it's an opportunity to witness her transformation, participating in her emotional and physical liberation. This kind of intimate bond transcends the purely physical. It's an act of sharing a space full of trust, emotional openness, and deep complicity. When a woman experiences security and support, not only in her body but in her essence, emotional barriers dissolve, opening the possibility for a much more fulfilling and meaningful intimacy. This position not only questions conventional ideas about who should lead during intimacy but also transforms the concept of mutual pleasure. It reminds us that desire and passion do not fade with age, they transform, enrich, and often intensify. We thank you for watching our video. Before you go, remember to like, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any updates, and please leave a comment to share your thoughts with us. We love hearing your opinion. See you in the next video.